Benar kan disambul na turang na marama terbuka kina wanelaw ni sambul bina karangwani. Kita bagi komunita le kina tuan na was dingon untuk talanoa na radio bulan tua bata. Pada City Level San Francisco. Na kabi di Singapore kelulu ende indai. Singapore tu level tiga main nonton pun orang mani bici. Apa kabi bina kata gitu di rawan tamai sota talen bulu bina kina marau. Enda tua talam matau ni kerap tabi. Enda kabi di bekerap. Ende indai. Kita bagi komunina biturang kembali nabi merampali. Kalau mana sana kini kebaik nonton pun orang pibu balik lagi bawa turang. Lomba di portal nga biti nonton pun orang. Apa kabi bina kata kita nga kemudian Indonesia mencukup main tapi korni kata kata sara City level rua. Nonton porturang level Suva kata lagi kena mai laut toka kena bibu balik tu sara mana boleh pun nonton pun orang. Boleh siapa mai lambasa takon robe buat ke maduata. Mana sana bawa turang tolu. Sama lombula mana ya tulau kayak siapa merutuma. Murutolo pina na wekanggu na loba dia sana baga turang ngomba apo kutu cikon na yan dia nututok mai ya saw bakata laki na ya kumalolo dompulo mai nandro nga mai na sana baga turang serua tapi ya sana tu to pasar nonto puno lo manu bici kata laki no kemuni nonto ni tu na bisa pura-pura into ba cikon mai na live di radio bulun to bata dan tuan na iwasi di ngauna akitu tapotal junga di koya na Takitaki nonto vital no ba mazawa kita nama Vito mani cuki dan kabi nang di kuah pada ke rupe di mata kimbau siapa cukup main untuk puno lamani bici waktu lagi nabi marama kayu na isi pun inda kuah anda bawa di bina katalanga inda nama Vito kan dital cunga kene Sainimere Lacanivalu marama nat tapi yang main tasir karena kami tahu tu weekend yang buku di weekend lagu tu rumah nono bumale dan tuan ngauna leka mayongko. Kita kena marota gitu na program nu itu kita lain dengan kayak biwasa katokai untuk vital noa ini Takitaki na radio pulang tua bata dan kayak kali untuk sambul lebih nak itu kan.
Boleh benaka tu. Boleh benaka rupeni, boleh benaka sai. Boleh benaka tomani tinana.
Boleh benaka una ni boleh benaka sa tupe.
Ya, kerbe bosa tibe berta ko pali lain na dito vital no bale to lengani ro to ko sar me vitina rua o kiro dina ni kiro tu ngango Amerika ya dona ya na via waki ni bono kiro tu kina kani maro tu nga na lako ni technology na mona libo ai na ngono sarang minda vital no tikina bangko. Nito me baka kerita ketiko nia tupe mai tabo di tiko na kabi di kua na Takitaki betal no tiko baka madawa na radio bulan do bata na mai betal no tiko kina na bikaso e ko buti kenda na bikaso e anga tiko bikenda semani se buru tabanga and tiko kina to bata kedi tiko na ka and lako tu roma tiko ya kito kereke muni moningai wasia tali tiko ngayani na betal no ngo ni besure tiko mai ratalenga ni bola mai ni reda ni live tiko kene bale ni ratel nga ni tar mai se ni soli baka sama mai ana buku ni vital noa kana mai baka duru tiko ko ya kita baka tal tu nga sai na me baka kita baka tiko ya tupe me baka na me bala tanga na vikar to lako duru matiko baka matiku bale libu sara na vital no tiko me bala na covid mai nonda kilabi na tiko ni lebu talanga senga tiko ni se baka bautan beka se baka beka taga tinga ra baka titinga taga tiko ni duan dina na matempo na COVID-19 baka bibi tiko na Delta variant ko na kiana ka sa vito bisar tiko baka lebu mai biti kina na vika ron dina lako duro matiko ndo na matempo bale ya mai Ia na usu tu ni wei talanoa, e nei ka vinikoa sa na neto ulu tanga tiko, ngonongo sa nage kire I rupe ni manda kina me whakamagala taka na I tuwa sa na wanua e sai avu tiko kina na COVID-19 na I wili baka ni o ira era sa tauvi tiko na COVID-19 o ira karasa me wakalengai tiko na nambula e na COVID-19 mai witi. Bolo na ka rupe ni?
Bolo ka una ni bolo na turangan marama ni sama te umayan na wata ni vitala nongo and radio bulando wata San Francisco. Kita bagi komunitiku na kereta litunga ni ngonongo nda woso sardu wale na super highway ni mona libuli bo kita ibiti. Lewu ni tamater sa lande toka na highway na ngonongo ngono to di traffic jam ngo ge ure banga una ngono ni traffic jam ngo go sa traffic jam talanga na moni libu be keto bichi yo me on te bung manda na lebu ni kisi ti ngo ni kuwa ninge mai wol ko kan mota ni kuwa worto borita na tamata ni bola ni so mo ito na wili ni lem di buno me to viran na COVID-19 na ono nan raw tolu sanga bulu ka ba na wili total nga ni wili le berembula ke me maro ta wili bo ba so saranga en ngu reda na wili ni le wono rembula ti na tolon raw tini ka ba ono nan raw tolu sanga bulu ka ba ra tawi covid tolon raw tini ka ba rembula mai na covid kanira raw ni le tini na le nuno ra ba ili na non rembula ngoi wili le butal nga yamgo wili taliti ngai kine so na kisika vengu tarotok abanga ngai ti mai na bidena singa sarangay buka sukumu ni sangay wili kina ngo metini sangay bukan dita kini ramai lenga and matingo na COVID-19 wili kede ni lenga sama itiko na ono sanga bulu kadiwa ani wili ki bata totok metika bumana na matay ni uwa ni COVID-19 lebu totok ni leni buno rasa ambula mai na matingo na COVID-19 na runung dolu 5 raw tolu sanga bulu kalima don na wili lebu runung dolu 5 raw tolu sanga bulu kalima na lebu ni recoveries lebu ni kisi kwa ratiko na buna ni bibo katiki taka na ngongo tiko na tinundolu tolu sanga bulu ka tolu me wili ka pata na kisi mana mbake sawa tina katin ka doni machina mbake sawa ti salai tiko sara na tini ka runundolu ono nan raw ono sanga bulu ka ono ya na lebu ni kisi mai tauri raw taudoko ni wili pata taudoko na kisi ni COVID-19 ko tu ni cases recorded mai toka na tiri karono dulu 5 raw vio sanga bulu ka ona ya be kum do na vio kani na lewu ni kisi ko metere rawa en mata ko na kuwa ke me bo vini vina ka tiku ni sa re talitunga ni sa tumbu ta tiku mana wili ni le no rambulu ndo bo vini vina kina dona katalang usara ni kato ke me usara ni talang ni sa wawali talitunga mai wirna Nabingara na tambata ni mulai. Sambal labu tiko na tosi ni ngauna iya. Dona kai buka tumbura rau tiko wike munda no wekangu. Ni do sara tiko mai na nandang na bata mata di ko ya esor se e buka era sanga ni ra kau itaka tu ni bami bingo na wasi loma na Central Division. Era sanga saranga ni bo kau itaka tu ni dona kai ra katikungo. Sanga tiko na mati ni tu me voluti na lengango be kema mibiti sora ba wele sartunga bukan bimbitu na wasa loma ersaka ni bukan muria na bukan ro suli tu tambah takkan nimbula koya ko na rediti ni tumbu dake tinga na wili ni kisi bala tana kawa simple things no senyo dono mo business mo la ko dono mo tigo bangan dibal sa tamati sa lako nga na baka sukumuni wata na uniang gona ko kene bugi bongo boko na din na takato na uniang gona no pitan de singa sangoti aw talontra tigo beso na ngunumbia sala ita kasar na bulu reda manda na buno sala ki na wale ni takatang bala tani sayan ra bisa tubangan ka takati una tamba takatang ni bisa na nondo to yan rabaki na bi buno to ko sangaitiku me marro ina bula koya usutu ni sa sanga kedan yo raraw takati una lilu ni matim tu pambimbita na wasu lo manile wara sanga ni muritiku na ibuka sala kwe sesule mena mata ini singa na reda talanga ni sabia kira ni ubana takana bosa sabia bia kaminda se stretch walilai se stress na health system ni Abang bimbiti ko ikito isu ano reda tongo ni sa sinay na balimbulan na CWM. Ni kito no kuno kito Takitaki na dara wili ko to kana nalur ni mate pasi. Matagalilay simbongile udita kana ambulance. Matagalilay sa te ko ula ko man nalur ni mate. Isa. Kaya may sando mo isa nga. Sala ko may sarabi uti main dua saba ko isang goren do sa may kaw. Ninta pasi mentala ko itaw ni kuana waliwawa sa na mochri. Dakila buna katoka na kuana buna ni pita bumbati. Dakuni mo toka na mochri.
Iya.
Na mochri abi ka mundan biyo kana usara tu kinen do na konte na basa nga bulu na fidi sa toka kya. Ka bulu bula. Go me ukala go me sama standby batin sa ka diba kana bida na sika Saudi. Sa sinay to kana waliwawa na yang ni mati. Sa sartu may wo kadiba kana tambada ni bulu may buhat tolo ta kina may ikaw na ngoni mati sa sinay sartu nga. Kaya sa may bito kina ureta to kendo na wasang bulu na fiti na konte na sa may to kya. Mo ko muna itong matangay na scenario na kasaya ito ng unonggo. Kaya doon na rin talaga ni napakamuri man na website ni ministry ni Tambanimbulan sa rin ang libo na makandamundam sa tiyo ka na wasi-wasilom. Kaya nabunuwa sa tetero ito na matingo na COVID-19.
Pinaka rupini. Endo naka na nonda rongoda na kai saya do tiko. Ia, endo tala na vi talanoa ke makamenda lako do ruma sarna na vi kai e ado tiko. Koya enda bako binaka kina na kabini ko ni mai tomani kende tiko Sainimere Lacanivalu karami na may baka na may talanoa tak sarga ko na vi kai to lako do ruma sartinga na ngonongo. Tiko mo may vale me yado ani valimbula. Bulu binaka sai o kere ninguém tal no tak mandanga eu quero tu não sai na baba lá no baka viti tiko na no tal no it's okay we all understand English sai binaka.
All right, bulu binaka everybody. We'll just get started. When I for one did not believe it when I saw it, but then I saw what India was going through and I thought that's really sad. And everyone kept questioning the government, who's to blame, but then finally came to Fiji and we still did not believe whether it was real or not. And as soon as we started hearing deaths, people still doubted. And all this while, I live in the barracks and the barracks is right in the heart of Suva. I see the kids coming out to play and then someone calls the police. As soon as the car parks, everybody scrams, runs away, acts like they never hear the policeman calling. And we decided to do a community checkpoint where they'll test everybody's temperature. Now, this was a good initiative at the beginning, but as you know it's going to bring people together from different households, different bubbles. And I saw that and I knew it wasn't good. Because in this barracks that I live in, there's 28 families and there's 4 barracks altogether in that division where I stay in Turek. And we have shifts every day, 1 barrack goes there. But then when I saw that, I was like, it's not good because everyone's mixing bubbles, sitting next to each other, screaming, writing with the same pen or the same book. And as soon as I heard that there was a case in Turek, I knew if one person gets it, it's just going to spread. And as soon as I heard there was a case, they did not tell us who it was. I just heard it from the neighbors that saw the people going into the truck to go to the hotel. And so I just braced myself. I knew I was going to get it. And I did. My husband and I stayed at home, just trying to do herbal, but I couldn't take it. We couldn't look after our children. I have 2 babies, one 8-month-old, almost 8, and one is 2 years and 8 months, still breastfeeding. Couldn't bathe them, and when they were hungry, I couldn't feed them because both of us was down. It was who's more fit that morning to look after them. And so I was thinking, if I have it, my neighbor has children, my other neighbor is elderly, and then I have somebody in my household that is is the Yasa kid. Shares the role, goes out every morning, comes back at night, don't know where he goes. And so I knew I had to choose whether to stay there, because in our barracks, it's one flat, just one room. You have to go out the door to go into the toilet. And then you have to go in front of all the other houses to hang your clothes. So if somebody gets it, everybody's gonna get it. The kids pass our house every day. We cook outside where they walk by. And I was thinking about it and what experiences I was going through. I felt sorry for my neighbors. And my mom messaged me and told me, come, I look after you and your children, bring them over. And they live here in where I am right now. They live in Valevu. And I had to decide, am I gonna stay here? And so I had to weigh my options. I didn't want to come here in Valevu. I was so scared because my parents are both sickly. They have been in the hospital for months. A couple of years ago, they're in and out. My father is still taking meds for his heart problem. He also has diabetes and high blood pressure. But my mom persuaded me to come, and I did. And every day I was here, I had sleepless nights. I was wondering, okay, if this happens to if my father, we were all worried for my father. But he did not get sick. As soon as I started feeling fit enough to stand up and walk out and carry my child and feed her, then everybody started having coughs and fever, but it went away over a couple of days. It wasn't bad as I had it. And then it was my mother who got it. And while I was sick, we were trying to raise money for my cousin who had cancer. She needed an emergency flight out of Fiji, and we're trying to raise money for her. And my mom was running it. She got sick the day we did the Kati draw. So the day after that, she was down. And when we started looking at her, we asked her to go to the hospital. She's like, no, just give me ginger molly. Well, ran out of ginger, ran out of molly, and she finally said, I need to go to hospital. That's when we called 158. And before I got sick, I messaged the hospital and asked them if I was positive, because I wanted to go back home. But they told me days later that I was positive. So I just stayed here, recovered with my mom, and then she fell ill. But anyways, she got sick, and I called 158, and they said, call 164. I called 164. They told me I told her, the lady on the phone, my mom's experiencing severe symptoms. Can you please help her? And she's like, okay, give me your details. Where do you live? What's your number? How many in the family? I gave her everything. She said, okay, we're gonna come. So I hung up the phone. In the same minute, the phone rings and she says, have you been vaccinated? I'm like, my mom hasn't been vaccinated. I hung up the phone, and then we waited the whole day Thursday, the whole day Friday. Then on Saturday, we knew they were stressed. We knew they were overwhelmed. So we waited patiently. But by Saturday, when I called, they said, sorry, we can't come. Can you bring her in? And I told them I'm positive. I'm a COVID positive patient. And the lady on the other end said, if there's nobody in your home that can bring her in, please let them come, bring her in. If not, wear a mask, cover yourself, and bring her in. So this is how overwhelmed the system is, that the virus is everywhere. You just have to protect yourself. And luckily my father and sister could take her in. They all got over their fever and their cold. They took her in. and she couldn't even walk to the bathroom by this time. So they woke up on Sunday morning. As soon as the curfew opened, 4 o'clock, they were out looking for a health center, but they're all open at 9. So they came back home, waited till 8 o'clock. They left the house to go look for a health center that's open, because right now it's all closing. If there's a COVID patient that's present there, they'll shut it down. And so we ended up, from all the health centers here, we ended up in Rewanga, and she got treated there. They gave her oxygen. Her oxygen level when we took her in was 75. When we got her oxygen, this time it's almost curfew, so the nurse says they're going to transfer her to CWM. They didn't give my father and sister a pass, so they had to come home. They came home, and my mom didn't take her phone, so we're at home thinking where she'd gone to. The next day, we didn't know what to do. We didn't know whether to call the Rewanga hospital or the Rewanga Health Center, or where to go to the CWM, since it's all locked up, you can't go in. We didn't know what to do. So we just reached out to all our friends that we thought had connections, and we were unlucky. My husband called a friend that was a security guard, but he just swapped shift that day and he wouldn't know. They do a 12 or 14-day shift. And we just left. My family, my brother, I can't leave the house. I got 2 babies, but my family left in the car. They went looking for hours. They were given the runaround. And then when they finally, by God's mercy, we finally found a security guard that told him, okay, go check the arena, when we were looking around the CWM hospital. And then one security guard said, there's another tent in front of the CWM emergency room, go check there. So they finally found her, and that was a relief. A whole day of looking, not knowing if she's still alive. And I'm at home. I'm at home thinking about the choices I made to come here. If my mom dies, it's my fault. And that's what I told her when we gave her the phone. I'm sorry I brought the virus home. And she told me, I made my choice. I love you. I wanted to take care of you. Right now, she's still short on oxygen. Yesterday, we went to check on her and they told us, actually, my younger sister went to in the morning. We go morning and evening. That's the only way we know if she's still alive, because she's not fit enough to be on the phone and we don't have contact on the other end for somebody to communicate to us what's happening. So that's our only way to find out, morning and afternoon, right before the curfew. And we're all so frustrated right now that the system is not as well as it should be. But everybody's frustrated. The only thing we can do is just do our best and do what we can. So when I found out that she's in the tent, when we finally found her on Sunday, she gave us a big telling off and a swearing. If you all know my mother, she told us, I thought you will all know what to bring me. And then she sends us a list. We brought her clothes and her cups and her plates, and she sends us away and tells us, I thought you'll all know what to bring me. She gives us a list, and on this list is a chair, a table, and those things you never think of taking to a hospital. A chair and a table, who thinks of taking that? But that's all they have in the tent, a bed for them to lie on. She needs a table so she can put her things on, so she doesn't have to get off the bed on the floor to pick up her bags. And that's when she told me, when I called her one night and she was on the phone, I was video calling her, and as I was talking to her, the nurse came to tend to the patient beside her. He just passed away. And I'm thinking in my mind while looking at that, I'm like, I don't know if this man's family will ever get the chance to see him, because they're all gonna wrap him up since he's got COVID. And I'm looking at someone else's family member get covered and treated. And I'm thinking, if this happens to my mom, I wouldn't even know. And that same night, she told me that they had lunch at 4 p.m. And I called her at 9 and they still hadn't had dinner. And she sends me a picture of her food at 11:45 saying, dinner finally arrived at 11:45. I was so frustrated, but I know that the doctors and the nurses and everyone working there are also overwhelmed, that the doctors to patient ratio is very low and it's not even normal. So we do what we can. That's when I decided to help those that don't have family members coming back and forth. It's a strain financially to go back and forth morning and evening for us. And I can imagine those that don't have the means to do it, how hard it would be for them. And that's just what happened. I posted about my experience, and I had a friend reach out to me and ask me, can you please find my husband? We're in isolation. And I haven't seen him since Sunday, and she's messaging me on Tuesday. We don't know if he's alive or where he is, at least. We just want to know if he's okay. So they gave me his full name. My father and sister looked in all the tents around the CWM. They checked. I called people I know to check if he's inside the wards, since we're not allowed inside the wards. It took one whole day looking for him. And then my father finally found him in the Vodafone Arena. But by this time it's 4 p.m. and it's almost time for curfew. So all he could do was just get the doctor's number or the nurse's number and send it to the wife to give him a call. And this was what my father said when he got there. He's like, people are dying. He was there when they were wrapping up another patient. And he was told that the nurses and the doctors are so overwhelmed that it's better that they go home and get the love and attention that they need. And it's real. The tent that's in the Vodafone Arena has no floors. They have a tent, but it's all grass and stones underneath. And it's only a bed, so they don't have tables on the side as the luxury, as you would have it inside the hospital. And they separate you by severe case, how severe your case is. The most severe is at the CWM emergency tents outside the emergency. And then if you're not as severe, you can go further away from the hospital. And that's what we were thinking. It wasn't severe that they took them to the arena, but there's still people dying in there. And all you can do is just get frustrated, yeah? Because it's your own family, and how could they do this? But it's out of our hands. We can't do any much about it. All we can do is be law-abiding citizens.
Thank you. Thank you, Sai. Ni mai rongo tuku ana nagtalanoa ni Sai, wakarita tuku niya. Endua na ka ni darongoda na kene wakamadala, ia endua tala ka ni darongoda na talanoa me talanoa saranga endua e lako curuma, na wika e darongoda wali tunga e na wale si darongoda tu e na news da wilika tu na beva, ia endua tani sara ni darongoda talanoa Takitaki Wango. Sai, and then from that experience, you decided, knowing that patients at the tent were getting lunch at 4 and dinner at 11, and then long gaps in between. So you decided to put together a health pack. Can you share about that?
Yes.
And I'm sure it will encourage others. And already, viva kung kiti talitinga o kilani bunga bikanda na tu and bese burbura dana ngandra betu menda na viva kitalit ngaya ni bira na wikanda karsa laku duro matiko na ndrendra mai viti going to ngoni sale roni dana viva kital na kina. Yuna kasai?
Okay, so after mom told me that they were getting long intervals for their meals, I decided we can't buy them a table. It's too expensive to buy every person a table. But what I can do is boost their immune system to give them a fighting chance at life. So I thought of giving them fruits. So put together little packs, and they don't have big appetites. So it's not a big pack. It's just a small one just to sustain them till the next meal arrives. And it's working out pretty well, but I'm not sure how long it will last, since the help coming is from anyone that's generous, that's willing to offer some help. I've gotten a few calls, and a few friends have offered to serve for a day, but it won't work with just a few friends. We need the whole community.
So the way that you're doing it is they sending money, and then that helps you buy the fruits and whatever nutritious stuff you can put in the kit?
Yeah, you could send me the money, or there's two friends that messaged me and told me I can do packs for Saturday. I can do small packs for Saturday and take it over. So Saturday is cleared. Or if making a whole pack is too expensive, then somebody send me $20, and that's a lot. If a lot of people sent a little at a time, and could help in the long run.
That's true. Even if people sending $5, you have 100 people sending in $5.
$1 even counts.
Right. Thank you. Rupeni tupendo na kandrube pamagala kina.
Unaka be irana wakandar na sarabati kumain na bitalanongo ngo saranga na kai tukuniti ko mera rongo da saranga na italano bango mera kila ke bakanda na sanga ni murieti ko na iboro na iboro sala na bunu anda na tinikina betele bersa vaka wale na saratunga au wa ni bina wale bu be sai ni tiwana ya lo me wasia na nonroto experience baka mata bu vale ma ni talano wase te go be mata buli sara no gumbula me na koko na nonda tukunitiku me tukunitiku be ira rasa wele tiko na ngongo na keni kerua dala ko ni boyo no matini tu sa sangatiku. We are not rich like America, let me say that. Na matin tu bite sakani matin tu butiniam sa matini sa matay matanga ni song ke tu rendre tu na taka ya sarambo bibu gitu may na wani matin na matini tu Australia, New Zealand, Amerika, o India. Me dona nga misala randara ni bulutikan ko medalizula. Sarto lako ti ko na kaya ba ti ko na bising na bunuay buka rauta ti ko na mobile team, ti ko na health center, na bole ba koro, na bole na ituran koro sarlaki na tabanin bula melayda ka na dula. Ni da ba wala taka so sarkay baka besen tu non radondonu ya merarayda talitinga na yala lo rabayle we. Ani isang iting wendo na ka menta daka bata menta valuta na matego. Natampan ni bulan sa wari tatua o sai sa darita saratuka kini sarwa wale talang orang nasir tamatanga nasi na punuway they're only humans erna lako tu satsa timer sana waka o ira matanga bakaira ira sana bila ira talang non ramatu bubal so lako tu ngurong tu na talang lako they've gone for weeks, they haven't seen their families. Yan to na buno mendarita lagi no kema mena ba sor ba wele ta tu na ka wangu wambo to maro wele buno no nitalo kila boli me você ani bino le buno kere ni lako ni le izula ke bakani sendi be leitini and buno tu buno tigungo o sai I mean sai is an unfortunate experience but kito buka binaka ni o kala wasi ani tugungo balata mera rongo na leleu kunga or na tumbu mera Bewusi taka na matu bale gangaro ni me baka muri ni baka sala kini keruango talang ito na bunua kebe kemuni na bia bibuki ni rede tu na lenga ke baka lebu tombe kana buate tito no machine pale monto na ngoni sala ni reni bibuki kina mende lebu ke ira ndako tokan bole ni bulan da buke sar tu manga na no da matini tu de buke ira era wodi kota na mate ngona covid-19 na bunua toka kina melo da loka toka ni bunua ya o pasi tu kina bisi nga molo kami bale kita umbadi reto to kana nunggunga lemengo na kabde ko sa soya randa para patuno to kasi nga na floa sa bale nga tapon tapo nang gereng-gere sarang ira abira to kito mo bira to kilo mo yo ginan rakim batang-bata talang ala ko tungo tar si talito nga ni dangel ako tiko may way batang-bata di ko iyo ya so kana ka uno mo mo si tiko nanguno ko kebo ka urawa kila sa sanga tutulo siguro matini tu mena sanga na takete vit sang bulu kina walu sang bulu na paset ngana tambani bulu merzula kuera manga sanga itarati una remata ini tu leti kuna na kena lewu en ono sanga bulu ka tolo paciente first jam ono sanga bulu point in dua na paciente na kerua tikuna tini kerua point in dua na paciente kuera sa taruru na jam ruru ya sa sanga itu ngomena do na vit sanga bulu kina walu sanga bulu paciente na sa sanga tikuni tambata ni bula en ngaunongo ya ne wale ni lenga ngasa urani ukai ke buka bikin ron buka ni mosea se kwa ke buka o na senidula yo mo marori ko babinaka tango maki ko babinaka ko na ko babitalia ke buka urani dulai elo binaka sar elo si asara laidula matani dula karani dula merenda valuta vata na lenga go au kala ne na ko totala me no po dengu be kenda ke buka ndana dula todo se babi.
Can I share, please?
Sure, go ahead, Sai.
So because of this experience, and my father and sister is always at the hospital twice a day, every day, they wait their chances. We all have our reservations, but they went and took the injections today. There's a lot of talk about the side effects, but weighing the chances and them going every day to the hospital, they took the chance to take the vaccine.
Pinaka, tu donaka ni pe baritaka?
Oh, bo bina ko wale mo matay be maramanita saya na puno na talo. Ko na kana bika barita siguro pe. O mambut di no may nga pang tuloy talo. O mambut ngay siutal jumbangan ni ingono minto na kanta may beach may wala may na no to to na radio bulan to bata. May tango terasara na kaya so siya nga talia to pag chiki absara na matuway. Itu na bakkan sama klasa ng kay Rani pabura bakasamo biso na kanta may beach na ngonong ko na tunorup. Nakangwe kanji kaya ko wangi to gitu katsugo ya ereriang kaya kamo onalizu balete ko reto chuma dengan na rosa ko kapana wo sawo ibar ta chuguru etini leni wonwa e ko tay non rombulo men non to lo manovich last 24 hours kaya ko na reto ya none of them fully vaccinated ko bukan dua tali orto na letini go none fully vaccinated e walu siyang saranga nirtusin dulu terus aku tuh dia nirtumbul rolerua rosanga yandu ang ana dos ni dulu kena balik endo na nakano ng tulo juga ng tomato vital nongo mendana tulo juga birna wekanta menon to puno lo mani vici o tana siya no puno sabang no chukin bebe pinakazaki mona lizula ato ko roni sustain kenda yan endo na ngop Ora juga tanda nunggu itau may siru bola toka ni kereta na vakasamo ko kaya pakatuto ko tataka ni pakarita ko kwa eu si zula toka may na vida na bola sawo kuno kwa o ko amanda nga ndo to bimat kuno kwa kaya kami asyang tindakan izula kaya rodi ano na chance ito ko na covid ni libo talaga kami no na assess bito bikin kaya pakarita ko sarang pondo no kwa nunggu zula kaya kay umay vakilakin na ni umbulakin. Maleta, na vaccine has been around for a while. Kena vi matanggal vaccine da sangke susumai satu ko trust lagi kino ko na system anjir nga ni lebo siti lomo ruta katu napaka sama ni vele zula lebo bangana kana boronga yo bambuta intana ronga na talanoa ni tasai we kenda na bio kan en do tali nonda rai na kuchi kenda kina baleta ni ke na baka sama ta kamo na singi zula ya mo na muria na we ka bore ta chiko hupil mo sana maru ke muni binak sanga en nango
Punaka tu, o via ko tikan tu lius talinga na endo na tikina wasia ya sai. Ni rosala ko kalibu na turang na taman tu o tekina tadina. Ayana no o kila ke bakau ento na nungu bakasama sai. Roa senga tunga ni betulan na ngona sigiti ko vital no tekina dulan na COVID. Batini kila ni lele we pasar tunga ya. Senga tu ni betulan. Ya, na rosala ko tiko na bisinga rosali rede tiko ko eroni ako so na kai saya besar tunga be non tuna sa maniro ba ko geti kina mero leitula baleta ni le weekenda da bakarongo da tiko na side effects na kai salvata mai kina ni dula indua na kai roni na vakila ya dagi ke bakanda bakasama taka bakatitombu na ka kedenga na idula kedenga COVID or not COVID. All kinds of vaccination. Na wai ni mati kena, kito sang ni kena dau, sang ni kito uniwai. Go, it's just stating facts. Na ka kena da bakai dore itu na kena side effects. Ya, na banua sangi lay dono me da nangi lay reda kina ya me da nangi reda. Ive e binaka daki. Se ve levo daki, se ve le sombo na kai rauni na pakila. Gelurai yang go na kaya se kito se do vital no takitik mo na mateni ngo na tiku bukin na vital no ni vaccine me da tiku mengo ni na side effects rauni vakila indua mai na nona dula lai sara se sen ni rauni na vakatoto vatataki ke na rambia ke niu kai ke na vakavavale bu esa vakaedora tu COVID ke na nonta mbula me da tiku mai na ngongo Sen wala ni nonda bulan ni matubu vale na nonda bonua ni sava kila sartu nganggur mi nonda na kairo ni na yato ya na ke makabe kan na talindren re tu ngonda sen ni dula ketu duru matali tinga na ketu ala duru matali tu talinga na COVID tu COVID talinga na nituta ketu bakila ke desarnga na kairo ni dua na vale bakila ni sa dua tu COVID sen ni rawa ya na no beka san dagili bakang tagiki na to bakatu lewantu dono dana giving to taitaka which one is higher the risk is a side effect mai na motor na idula se kuanga ni idula o sangue o tu ngai bakasarapa tu na kairo ni na yado na bakavava ni na yado se na rendre na ni na lako do rumai kombeka ngai na taro na via gitu tigani ni ge bakatu lewakina tudo tu kuna tiko tu ke ngana na tantu do ni ato ya ke bakam yo santa kilati ko menda sanga me dere na yale alo vital no tiko ni go sai it's real it kills people are dying families are left without fathers so senga na tamaningoni senga tinaningoni na kautani na non rambula e na non da talindren reti kumbenga da senga ni vedula
E una o vea ko ta nga mani tingano go be ke mundi ke na we kai kima mini tigo mana bonua to toka uno lo ndaulo ma me Amerika sa ngamba ni kai tingango sai na ngoni salatava ko nga na dada ni silini ngati go be ke muni ni reni bagalele da me na buki kina na orika na project sa nakabutingo sa dona baka sa to toka dedere na bibuke na buke tiko na tamad kata dengan imbulo buke kima misal mandang ai bitsi da sakela tu na kada ngonda sa da kai bici kita da kela tunan rendres tapi dal tu ke bukai ranito da kamu nang ngoni sala me bukai kina ndo na project to sa ka botongo sai mera bukai mo nga na dulu toka en banta boton bolimbula bu wi to mo na boni da mera kanito ko tu nito ka sai me bukai to mo na suti ne ngon mera ndra bu bodo to kina balalai en mate mon sumiti ko mer warang tu kina nang unikan sa ndo na baka sama binaka ko ta to mo ya belatin yang darah itu kan noni talanoa yang menengah au sama ngomen kayak ngai dua siang ni sarabati kena bitang nanggo merongo dan noni talanoa na maramango au sigala dona kasar lengatiku from day one and tu sa tu kena tiku na bimbi ni ken nonda bawa muri na ibu rosa suliti kena tambah tangan imbula sa bulan kan indola bangun na TV na rongo na rinso nda uli kan siapa sabatan na lingamu umbi ni mata sana umbi ni uzu ya waki ko may rona mita go sa lako do sapa wala man mo dito da tukuna tu na bimbi ni nanda bo muria na iborongo gesa ta bogara ta kasar na ngoni sala tu do ko na tamba ta kanibula me na bunwa merli dul kina le bunwa sa kay sara na kor na be kor ibo tulele bunwa lebu go borongo dito ko sa ta ka tu na bitalo me ngole bi to me kandabu nimbula na kana me ka ngona turang marama ita sa borongo le ni go mule le dul to do duna kabinaka ye eso o rongo de chikuna nongo urara ta sara boli bi wali te to ko ta tu mi bi to dona checkpoint mai bibili sambera mandene sa dura ni do mela ko na ko to mando banam biulo ngo na sina usen kala indina se senga ele ta tu vai apa sa ko sara kana matagil ka ba ko me kuwa dina ni sa ba rotin ni bi ka wita ke weekend dina yo nangono bango kono matagil bora mi se ko mandani takai come duran mo do mo na bilo sinay ngayon ko na koro sa ngor sara ka sa ba de way di keramati au kan ni se bernade no bunuli we sa bitan kisir to sabi su kosa na bunno do me bisukina da ba bi binakatiku bala tiningo se bistu ngango no lo mani wasi lomai ya au ko tikan to tulis talo man na bona na ne ko ta mo ya na ngoni sala ni bibu ke kina ke munin tokan na rukuni wabule mai San Francisco na tombo to toka dona ngoni sala riba kasamata kere ni da kawana ri bulan do bata men banguli wana na nonro to project to sa ka to go sai
Can I share something about the
Go ahead, Sai.
Dula, please? Because I for one have heard Dula, go get your shot, go get jab. And all this time I was waiting at home because I thought that they would come to us because some communities were getting a station that's coming around. If anyone out there could do something about it, as much as it's my father spent one whole day trying to find out where he could get the jab on the internet. He was like, okay, I'm tired of looking. Somebody help me find where is the place to go. And he finally finds a place. He turns up there and registers, goes there, and they said, oh, we closed for today. So if anyone out there could help in sending out the information so that people could know where they are stationed this day so that they don't come all that way and then get turned away from there.
Isa, if I may help you say with that. Tomorrow morning, please, tell your dad to listen to what's Naikatalau. That's the first thing we talk about every day. Vaccination centers, we call out. It's like clockwork. If you watch television, it's coming on breakfast show on Fiji One. It's being repeated right throughout the day. Vaccination centers all over Fiji, and also it's in the Fijian language, so you can't miss it. So we will disseminate that information. If you have access to internet, you can also go to the Fiji government website. Yeah, Ministry of Health or the Fiji government website. It has on the subtitle vaccination. Go there, it will show you the vaccination centers around Suva area or whichever part of Fiji your dad. Where is he right now, by the way?
Yesterday he went to FNU and they turned him away. It was late, but he found one. He finally got it.
Oh,
Oh,
sana
okay.
nga Pulau
Okay.
Rawa.
Okay. Great. Yes, because they were up at FNU campus yesterday. Yesterday and today, they were up at FNU campus. There were two. You can walk through and drive through. So see, kita talaga na matinto bichi bekem do America. Kita sa drive through talaga. So rin mo nga taxi o drive through nga register do lang sa siyo.
Yes.
Sasangay so na kini bugi-bugi. Kung to baskel ito man nga. Para man nga di ko to baskel yan.
Oh, dulay.
Kung baskel ito, kung baskel kay Saribani. Iyo.
Isa na ulong bali. Iya, koya binaka say
Sa
na
ulo balga.
Namukuta vai kamay na tikina baleta ni na lewer na bakta taru taliti nga baya na taru bakta nga ya ibimba na bonoro ni udula kina iya we makaba karita katiko ya rupeni na be mataka ya ne katalau na kena na lewu ni na bertu sando tukuna tiko na be mataka sa bolak nga ni modi toko sa da bunganga taka toko na banua na bakai doriki na dula certo na lako ni kina na bakai lisi merto na laki be dula tiko kina na kulita taru vengo ni COVID-19.
Una tataw ito nga bisi kana muna ni ka di ba ka tumanda mo dito usando ka di ba ka na vaccination centers yan nakena kukuha.
Ako sarangaya ya kaya ni ni balata na ikatalau ni baksa gareiro pen matikimbau ni vitar tarani ki ko na kilago na kitu na monua era oni na lako mo ni na lidula kina endo na tikina pa karita ka tiku mai go endo na marabina ka bena ko ba kalebu be ba kambula tikani be kumni na sema tiku mai kina nito ai sebu ni takitaki vitar Mazawa na radio mbula do bata kiringa mo ninge waseti ko yani mbula binaka endo na marami volati mingo sa dulu tio koya ia ngai tauvi ngai positive I tested positive o dulu oti tested positive ia dona kaya dona kambimbi menda na do rongova da menda kilabi na kana vikaro ni na yato baleta senga ni kene balen ni o sa dulu ni na senga ni tauvi ko na covid Via baka matatatak ngai ke goera se tiku na mai na doni baka dindiki o na buni wai ni na nonta dula baka baka turui da kita na nonta sa sambai se na sotia ni ngonda ka rawa ni na taro baki na bimbi na kena tubi ko na bimbi ni mati na covid rawa ni ona tubi covid nga ke baka rawa ni na tubi ko ya ona senga ni ava sari balimbula ke baka na ava balimbula na senga ni ona yavu sare na ICU sem leidar tu na oxygen mask ya na kai rauni na bukia na nonda dula ena dula ni tataro bimbo in America endo wakai doriti ko na flu shots ni dula ni tataro ni matitaka de kilato nga menonda na matitaka iki na flu shots tip nga na flu season na onda endo we kani wakalebu kina na matitaka ia levo erando lako yani o sambo dula kina na flu shot ve ambaki so eroni na vakarua tiko na ve ambaki radula tiko ia otia ge retobi matenga erna tobi mate takanga ia nakanga rauni da nuindi tiko kina yani dula na vaka malu mitakan manu ni matea yana tauvi Obvio baka matatakayani, rakai tuna kena ndau, rakai talitunga nandau ni bakantindike. Sama tiku mengo kina radio bulan do bata binaka baka levo na sama tiku mai kina nito isebu tiko ni Takitaki, na be kabi ni buke lulu be kito Amerika, walu kina diwa na kaloko, be kinto me nanda o yana kabi ni lotu levo. Tolu kina vana kaloko kito bakambula talitunga yani kire meni gaivi wasi takitunga yani, endo tale naka, ena beauty ko yani na vi ka ngoni sala radio ni na vi buke mai kina me vakaya vakarita tika ni outside kito na sangami do ngoni sala kito rini na vi buke talangani kina na radio bulan do bata do talakanto ve wasia endo na sere na mai tawodi tiko kana mai dava tiko kina na vi talanoa se na Takitaki na kavni kua na mai tawodi talitunga kina go endo na sere ka mai langata tiko na tinai sai na marama ka mai tiko ni guru sartinga balimbula na ngonongo ya asa wakadoroi tina nona katkatua ni nimber ningai tubi mate berengei guru sarai balimbula sangair tu sangat tinga me biu bata kevin to voko ni ber ningai mai ya Kani marau na mai tabogi tika ani na radio bulan do vata na kavini kua ka gai na kai tali kina na sergona na go vakarongo tiko ni vaka me salvata sartinga na gani siare kina bika to lako duru masartinga vaka matu vale na go nongo ando tana kai do be osia ya bikindo na gito kani peni tipe sai.
Thank you for having me.
So sana nugu masu nina solitigo ng bula be tinaysay na kuko vira keda sarana leoni matu bubali durutiko non ratata se nana se durutiko endona wakandra wole kasara en walimbula tobi covid sa nema mi masu kede nina solitigo ng bula kuko tiko unanu mira talito nga bole una kla unanu mira tiko Porque menina sarasarti mo, kaya kanira ni masula gira talaga na nash. Ako lasar na odas ra. Era nash bunuai era ando tu bisi. Ngapatan laki no bira kita na tamban ni mati nitu. Era vivo ke tu. Na daka ko. Na pasi mango na vivo no dare di lako. Mi vale uda sing lako tipo. Santo no daka le au tava bini bina ka bira ke dera sa sangati. Na kena sangai tipo me boluti na matengo na COVID-19. Bisai bina wali. Have the courage to come and share your family experience with us on this platform, on Radio Bulan do Bate Una, itu pe bina boleh. Kota ko ti bina boleh una bakanan na ni kena weather na vitala no bakango kena ndo sana no mutengori. Ndo weather ti bina be Singapore kelun. Na wali.
Bento na kani be osia.
Teman-teman kan tapi kapag kita kasi grupo ko bili pinagawira na suti na upisa ka ano doyan rabot na non tepiti na real ni benua ra osot tanah takatan ko orang tu nak kira bos tu ko lagi very stressful pakai ranganan nas kinapuliway ra ni hali tu may pala na vida na sita raw santo ko bili pinagatigirakin kan ranganan ni benua tani kam tawarong ko na lewa sa ngunangan ni otumbu ni bila kaki satu komandang vale Navarro rotak Navarro tol takatalanga nandolan nial ni benua rani kimbu maru telangan ni benua tan panangon kim san libang tingling manden non benua iya kim kana sianga ni sana ko nga sana ndun sana rito nga may tenggor ito sana rito kay tenggo sabi na ko man dito kana mo libo-libo ho bili binak bagando talanga be maramanita asay non sila nangona tamirungo the first hand saranga na matuwan isang wala nga wisay to binonana ang galaw kong gaji to talang alin matuwan merpupula panakatonto bakan dia tujuh na review bulan tua bata na biar kabin na bimata
Yang ber ni kito may tataw na kabini kuha da tirong o demanda na serika may tabo dito gani na radio bulan tua bata ya ni serika kongo na Takitaki karo wakai tabi tiko kina o keti ke tumbuna keti ana dani sertiko keti na sanga sembera wakan dua ni tobolengo yo na sanga mi wakatang takayani gikiri kendo na nugu ito kan ni mundu vital no tik mentanga nangono mi wang rahmat dari na sergo
kito sana wari
Oh, guna boleh. Si bito ko na buwan na rusang wul na miniting go bikyo muni na lomba taro-taro tiyo si sabi dito na koloko ibiti. Ngunong go si bito ko na buwan na rusang wul na miniti and kabito ni singulo tilimu. And wase-wase lomba. Go Suva. Raki batang-batang sariti ko may bakando wareta tiko malakay gudake. Raki batang-batang kaya may misutabutin go sa aro tamen na nando ubi nga o nana. Siliwe kata-kata orang yang mengai lumun rolo tata kenan ragi sarahago.
Kina kwale brupeni nomu Takitaki na Katie Band. Mai Takitaki and Takitaki. Radio Mpulandu Wapa. Mai Tago Dito Koyani, ni Rongo Vatiko na Matiningona, and Radio Mpulandu Wapa, and I Kabini Bukilulu and Dendai. Kito sana mai tatau talitu ngai kia gina ka levo. Kito din sana tukumai. Ya bago na ngona gara gara na tinana talitu kina una bulinda kwa. Upeni matukimbao. Depende na nato che Sainimere Lacanivalu, dito ba ka din sa mga